back to the channel, everybody, and yes, I went for a rummage yet again in my pile of unopened boxes from about a couple of years ago, and I found this. This is not a freebie, I bought this, okay? For the life of me, I can't think where I bought this from. It's been so long, but it's still brand new in the box. I've never opened this, but I know exactly what it looks like because I remember this being such a different looking platform. Okay, let's get it open, but just before we do, from the previous video and the video before that, I want to say a huge thank you to River S. Now that was from the video before my last video, okay? Alpern56, good looking out, thank you. Once again, my boy Coherent. Little Biscuit, thank you very much. And also to two more, Alan Ashall, and once again, the Airsoft Virgins. You all rock! And so do you if you're just watching this video and you allow at least one ad to play. Thank you! Let's do this! Still brand new, in the box. Ugh, it's front wired, but there's a difference with this kind of front wired, which I don't mind at all. Why have I pushed it over there? I've got to open the thing. Right, so, let me just tell you now. The great thing about this platform is that there are various versions of this. So you can get a nice sort of cheaper level, budget level of this, which is what I think this one is going to be. You can get one that is a bit more expensive, which is full metal. But don't get me wrong, plenty metal on this bad boy. And the higher, more expensive versions of this, they look exactly the same. Okay, so this being ICS, we expect a few extras. First of all, you've got your little ICS catalogue, your ICS instruction manual. Now this looks fairly decent. Now this is funny and interesting because remember my last video, I had issues with the battery going at the front in the handguard. I fully well knew that this grip right here is where you would shove the battery in and then put the handguard on the rail. But as I said at the end of that video, I didn't like how it looked, which is why I was trying to shove it in the actual handguard itself. So funnily enough, oh, this looks so awesome. But anyway, guess what this one comes with? One of them dummy battery holder pet boxes. So nice, this will go out the front and you can slap your battery in there. However, there's other options. Keep watching. This being ICS, you also get a couple of spare fuses. What on earth is that? Looking at this, it's got a threaded section in there. Plus there's two pins which are separate, sort of screw pins. Hold on. Nice. Yes, these are actually, goes all over the place, but these pins here, okay, here we go, yep. So, these are for mounting the battery holder pet box, and this has something to do with the pet box, I believe, as well. I can't see where else that would go, but we'll have a look at that momentarily. Oh, there's another little baggie here, and yes, this is so you can adjust your front sight. Okay, so already loose in the box, only one of them was secured down. You get two 300 capacity high cap mags, and they've got those nice windows there too. That's very nice. So if you're just going to rock these two in gameplay, 600 BBs before you have to start thinking about filling them up again. Nice. And then my unboxings wouldn't be an unboxing if I didn't have a cleaning and unjamming rod. And now we get to the beauty of a beast itself. I love this concept thing. Oh, look at the handguard and the rail. Come on. So let's do this, people. So first of all, let's just establish what these other little bits are really for. So there's your battery casing, made to look like a pet box. And this piece that I showed you earlier literally can go on either end. I don't know what the purpose is. Is it to make it look a bit more like a pet box? I mean, it's got a threaded piece there. There's nothing to go on it. Unless there's some sort of module, like a light module that can go on there. I don't know. Right, let's have a nice up close and personal look at this piece of art. It literally is, in my eyes, a piece of art. It's very much a concept design, not specifically anything in the real world. However, you can see where it takes its references from the Mike 4. Now, if we go to the back, absolutely loving this sort of Meccano style stock we've got going on there. Metal, by the way. Absolutely loving the buttstock. Would you look at that bad boy? Totally different to anything I've seen in a while. Now, you've got your buffer tube there. Why couldn't they have wired it so you can put a battery pack in there? I don't know. I suppose you could do it yourself if you want to, but absolutely love this. And that's what it looks like from the rear. Very nice, very skeletonized. You've got some serrations going around here too. It's not rubber, it's solid, but I think this looks absolutely awesome. This right here is your forward assist. Now, normally those are just mock and just for show and has just a simple spring in there to give it that effect. But this one's functional, but in a different way. Functional for an AEG. So how that works is, let's say you're playing with this bad boy, gameplay, you do a bit of full auto and all of that. When you're done for the day and you're going to store this, put it away, make sure to press on that bad boy right there, because that, my Airsoft friends, is your spring tension release. Nice. I'll show you that in action later. So as we continue, we move around to this section, and right here we've got a very nice checkered grip. Got some nice ergonomics there. You've got your straight serrations on the back, and although your lower receiver is polymer, your mag release, your trigger guard and your trigger are metal. But remember, there's a version of this bad boy that looks exactly like this, but it's all metal. Nice. So back up top again, you've got your metal charging handle, you've got your metal rear sight, which is fully adjustable. Would you look at that bad boy? The only thing about this though, it's not detachable, it's integrated with the rail system. Give you a quick look from the rear. How awesome does that look? You can see how adjustable this bad boy is. Now, although I said you can't remove the rear sight, technically you can, because although it's integrated, you can actually remove this entire rail system if you wish. And once you take it off, the sight goes with it also. But why would you take it off? I think it looks absolutely awesome. And as I said, it's a concept design. I'd keep it as it is, mate. And there's something I have to say. You know that battery case that it comes with that's made to look like a pet box? You can obviously mount that bad boy here on your front metal rail, which is replicated on the other side, or your lower rail, or on the top. Guess where I'm going to put it, because I think it looks so futuristic when it's mounted here. Now, to get a battery pack inside this bad boy, all you need to do is take off these caps, and then this should just open up. Hold on. There you go. Simple as that. Now, this is designed to take a sort of nunchuck style battery pack that sits in there in a sort of a T-shaped style, but you're not limited to that. I happen to have invested in one of these bad boys. This should be the answer to my prayers when it comes to battery space in AEGs. I'm going to stick this in and see how we get on. Literally, I can just stick it there like that. And believe it or not, the cover will fit over there, no issues. Just pull that cable back a little bit. And there, look, you see? Having said that, remember this little piece right here that I was talking about? You could literally pop that on here, that secures it nicely. I suppose it makes it look a little bit more tactical. But anyway, I'm not doing that. I will put this on the bad boy, but I'm not going to have the battery pack in there. I'm going to put it in this handguard, and by the way, guess what? The handguard right there, all of that is all metal. Nice. Remember I said there's a lot of metal going on here too, not just all polymer. Now, the way to get it in there and get access to that elusive Tamiya plug that's within this bad boy, just knock this pin out right there. And just so you know, this pin actually doubles as your front sling point on the other side. There, look. Oh no, but wait! You've got to use a flathead screwdriver to unscrew that piece right there. That will release that pin, or if you like, your front sling point. Okay, I've got it upside down so I can show you the two parts together. There's the piece that I unscrewed, and that's where it came from. Now, I just pull on that front sling point. And then you just slide it right off. Nice. And look, there's your Tamiya and your fuse. And oh wow, long time since I've seen a white Tamiya plug. They're normally luminous green. Now, because we've got all of that space to play with in there, I've had a change of heart as to which battery pack I'm putting in. I'm going to put this bad boy in, all 11.1 volts of it all. And if you're thinking, wait a minute, you can't put that in there. Putting an 11.1 in this bad boy is not recommended. There is a little fact sheet from ICS showing which model can take what type of battery. This one that I've got here, it's either your regular 9.6 volt, or if you're going to put a LiPo in, it's a 7.4. But I'm Airsoft Mike. I'm going to put a cheeky 11.1 volt in. Come on! But let me say this, and let me repeat it. It is not recommended that you put an 11.1 volt in this particular model. One more time, it is not recommended that you put an 11.1 volt in this particular model. Right, that's freed me of any legal implications. Right, I've had to change my mind as to where I'm going to position this bad boy, because although I think it looks way cooler on the top, it effectively decommissions your front and rear sight. So if you see anyone with this bad boy on the top, they are not using their integrated sights. Right, so it's going to go on the side, and you're just going to line it up like that. And then you get this other piece. See those little holes at the top? They've got to be literally at the top. And you just slot this on. And there you go, look. You just pop your screws in, the two screws that I showed you earlier. Get them in there, and then Bob's your uncle. So, even though I've got the battery pack in here, I wanted you to see it on the piece so you get an idea what it looks like. But in my eye, it looks way cooler on the top. But again, if you put it on the top, you might as well kiss goodbye your integrated sights, because you won't be able to use them. Now, before we go any further, let's just make sure this bad boy works. Here goes. Oh, that is crisp. Very crisp. Let's see what it does in the fun mode. Oh my goodness. Mate, that was epic. Ha! Right, so let me show you the rest of this piece. Before I do that, let's just get another close-up of this, because I'm going to take it off. Because I really don't like it being on the side. It takes away from that lovely design of the handguard. However, let me say this. If you are going to use that as your battery housing to power this bad boy, then cool. If you're not, and you're still going to leave it on there like this, mate, you could hold your sweets in there, or if you're from the States, your candy in there, snacks, or even spare battery packs inside there. Come on. I'm sorry, I don't care what you say, I think it just looks better on the top. It makes it look even more futuristic. But anyway, so right here, you've got your charging handle, and you all know what that's going to do now. Yes, sir.
Yes,
and
sir.
There is your hop-up adjustment. Nice. Right, so let's just flip it around the other side quickly, and then we're going to chrono this bad boy and do an accuracy test and demonstrate the spring release system. And guess what? Just like all the other lovely ICS platforms that I have, this baby, even though this is the one at the bottom of the different tiers of what you can get of this particular model, yes, you guessed it right, it has a split gearbox system. Come on. Right, don't worry, that's just a white sticker. I shall be whipping that off later. So, quick look at your selector switch. Let's have a little test. Let's see how this feels. Okay, nice and firm, clicks into place nicely. Yes, very positive, I like that. Yep. Yep. I do like that indeed, and I'm loving the stops that you've got there, so you can't push it beyond or anything silly like that. So, what about the markings? Now, although it looks a bit faded, actually it's not, it's just the angle and the lighting and everything. If I just shed some light from above, you can see it's all about ICS. And right there you've got more ICS info, including serial number and the big famous ICS logo. Now you're thinking, what logo again? It's just the angle and the lighting. It's just like magic. Watch this. And again at the front you've got that front sling point and that awesome looking metal muzzle device. And I must say they're quite generous when it comes to rail space. Imagine what you can put on that bad boy. Come on! Now, there is something to be said about this. Even though the main body right here is polymer, everything up the front is metal. Your stock metal, apart from the back pad, buffer tube polymer. It's still a weighty piece, and yet there's pretty much a full metal version of this. Imagine how much that weighs. Right, just before we go for the chrono test, just a couple more things to show you. On the back here, you've got your rear sling point. Just under here, that's what you press when you want to extend your stock. And that's what it looks like extended. How epic does this look? Hey, and you can see the different positions you can put your stock on. Now remember I said your forward assist acts as your spring tension release? Listen up. Nice. Now as I showed you earlier, this bad boy comes with 2 polymer mags. I'm going to fill one of them up. They've got nice little windows there on the side too. And you just open up the door like that, fill it up and do the windy thing. Right, so that was sheet number 1. Can't use this anymore because it's full. So I've got a fresh sheet for the AEGs. Sheet number 2, it's all marked up and ready to go. But first, let's do the chrono test. And oh my gosh, wait, I've got to hear that full auto again. Oh, that is insane. Let me just get the bag in. And a few of you will know what I just did there. Come on, mate, that was insane. I'm going to guesstimate when we get round to the full auto, that's got to be at least 17, 18 BBs per second. But we'll see. First of all, let's do the singles. I've got my eye protection on. Okay, so let's be generous. You're going to get a good 320 on the old FPS and just under 1 joule. Yeah, can't say fairer than that, especially for CQB gameplay. Right, here we go. This is what you really want to see. Remember, I've got a cheeky 11.1 in here. Right. Ready? I've guessed, and I've not done this before. This is the first time, okay? I've guessed about 18 per second. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm not saying anything. Let's just do an accuracy test. 22, or you can say 23. 23. My gosh! And this is the lower end of the series of these CXPs. Oh my gosh! There's a few above this which are supposed to be better. Oh my gosh again! The groupings on that is insane. Okay, so we know the first one went there and then I just, realigned myself, became at one with the CXP, and look at these bad boys right there. And then, don't get me started, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That is at least 1,
Perfect.
2,
Perfect.
3.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Do you know what? No
sir.
point talking about that. It's gone. There's nothing there. Forget it. There you go, people. I've taken all the gubbins off. This is the ICS CXP 08. What an awesome little piece this is. I love it. The only thing I don't like is that if you want to house your battery pack in the handguard, you got to unscrew that bad boy and remove your front sling point. But you know what? Is that really such a pain to do that, for it to look as awesome as this? Especially if you're not really feeling this battery holder right here. Come on. Once again, this was not a freebie. I bought this. I thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye.